The UFL Gambling Podcast Week 10 reaction show and power rankings episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account that is built for bettors. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with the promo code SGPN and get a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. Claim your shirt today, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs, and let it ride. We're also brought to you by Naira Bets. Yeah, let's get your $25 free bet for the Belmont Stakes by going to nyrabets.com/SGPN25 and make sure you use that promo code SGPN25 and let it ride.
Hey, this is Bill Romanowski. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Is this or is it not the XFL? Yes, it is. Do I or do I not currently have a pulse? Yes, I do. Let's play football.
This is the XFL.
Welcome to the UFL Gambling Podcast, where crossroads meet bullshit. Week 10 reaction power ranking edition. YouTube.com/@UFL Gambling Pod. Every time you tune in, you're seeing. Not only are you seeing a playoff race that we've known for weeks, but every time I load up online, you hear rumors about the Seattle, what the hell was the name of their team? The Dragon Puffers, right? And then you got you got rumors that the Tampa Bay Bandit Ball could be back. You got rumors of those Invaders.
Yes.
I mean, just a bunch of different franchises.
Let's see the magnet.
But have you seen the rumors about the Chicago Blitz? Let's fucking go.
No, I haven't.
Chicago Blitz. It sounds like a lingerie,
They are a horrible
lingerie
name. They were
league
one of the
team or
worst.
something.
They were one of the worst named
That's
USFL
awful.
teams.
Yeah, that sounds like literally.
I was
an
kind of
arcade
hoping they would never come back. Even the
terrible.
Chicago Hitmen in the XFL in 2000, I think, is actually a better name than the Blitz.
I do like the Hitman.
Now-
No, that's just internet rumors because they're building a new soccer stadium, and there's some people that are going, UFL play in this stadium.
No, that would be too logical. They'd play at Soldier. They'd play at Soldier or that new bullshit they're building there. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, tailless pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're gonna pay for it. Good night.
Oh, boys, it's been a sleepy 2-3 weeks here. Maybe 10 weeks, depending on who you ask. But here we are. The final rankings. Will it pair up with my playoffs? Who knows?
We all know.
What drama are we giving you? I am joined by the host of the Bottom Line Bombs podcast. He told me he's going to Vegas specifically for the UFL playoffs. All right. He said, fuck the Battle Dome, fuck Penetrope Stadium. I'm going to the Mecca of UFL gambling action. He's going to Las Vegas. Give it up for the bet detective, aka Scumbagger Man, CJ Sullivan. How are you, buddy?
Oh, is there anything better than the UFL? Oh, that was so good.
No, there is not. And thank you very much. Yes, I am going to Vegas.
Hold on. Whoa. Play that again.
Maybe I could take. Maybe the Stadium Swim will have a few spots open for the playoffs this weekend. Who knows? I bet it'll be nuts the butts out there.
Oh, is there anything better than the UFL? Oh, that was so good.
He's trying to convince himself.
No, he was having these announcers been on it.
Better than the UFL.
I tell you what, so good. Yeah, I mean, it's no Wade Phillips with the. Just yelling at
there was
Blandino for the
conviction there.
sideline.
There was conviction there. Look, but Klatt was trying to convince himself that it was good while he said that. This guy's still trying to convince himself the league's good as well. We are joined by third man in the booth, the host of the Old Fashioned Football Podcast. Give it up for Justin Mark, aka No Turn, and no turning back, J Mark.
That's right. How's it going? I'm looking forward to the playoffs. I know these last couple of weeks were a little slow because everything was wrapped up. We knew there were going to be some backups playing. But still, we made some money. We did all right ATS. I think we went 3-1. Did all right on the totals and cashed in DFS this last week. So hard to complain when you're making money. Though I know Colby will find a way anyways.
Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
J Mark, I don't want to question your records just yet. I mean, we'll get to when we do the recap there. I know you keep studious records for all of our selections there, but I kind of remember us splitting on that Birmingham Memphis game. And what's the recap? Did we all take? I don't think we all take Birmingham on that.
I took Memphis.
That's what I remember. You Benedicted. You're the best team in the damn league, best coach, and I tried to tell you Skip's going to play his damn starters. It's what he does, and they destroyed Memphis.
That is true. So I mean, my future looks better and better.
It does. They do look great.
No, that was a horrible play. And we're here to talk about all of that. Let's jump into the action, boys, because look, great slide there.
Yeah, it's great.
The great Jamar Smith. Round. Shout out to Double B in the chat. The Battle Birds were in Washington, D.C. Friday night. I didn't watch a second of this fucking game, but they somehow won.
Yeah.
And 13-8. Actually, so I didn't go 3-1. I went 2-2.
That's what I mean. I thought this was our loss. We all.
What was the line? We all. Game?
It closed at 1.5, but it was like a couple. Like everyone, DC money came in, but it closed St. Louis -1.5. We were all on DC, I believe, right, J Mark?
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
But I
took the under though, right?
Well, the under was my main play because it was literally a remake of the the playoffs. Thank you very much, John, with the Edge Boost commercial shout out. And I will say this: you're guaranteeing the league gifting this DC victory. In your defense, they were 2 missed field goals away from winning it. I mean, the one was blocked, one was just shanked. You know, DC should have won this. It's just this game was such a shame because it was just the UFL not getting out of its own way. This is the one Friday night where they had no competition with the NBA, no competition with the NHL, just a Yankees-Dodgers game, and they had a rain delay for a couple hours, a game where nothing mattered. But I will say this, once it came back in those conditions, it was kind of awesome to watch. And, you know, the beer snake was going. It was packed out for their final game. It was great football weather and awful football, which is kind of what the UFL is. So I enjoyed it, to be honest with you. I watched all this game. Silvers versus DeLelo, let's go, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I missed it. There was some marble racing going on in Kazakhstan.
Sure.
But you know, glad to see that the playoff race heated up in this pivotal game. Hey, Chip, and I did bet the under. So
the under was, and I'll tell you what, the under was fun to enjoy too, because everything was right for the under. Turnovers, missed field goals, rain. The ball was floating at one point, like on the grass. Like the under was such a lock in. Obviously, I mean, only J Mark can find these in-game numbers, but I would have kept pounding at every commercial break. That's for sure.
This is blasphemy, by the way. I'm offended. I am fucking offended. Blasphemy right there.
Absolutely.
Not even on the same fucking planet.
There's no 25-yard roughing the quarterback penalties kicked out for half the season.
But we do have a real kickoff. All right, we got a real kickoff.
Oh my God!
And we got teams that
just watch a
we got teams
game.
that'll exist in 6 months. All right. J Mark, your thoughts on this spicy outcome?
Yeah, I mean, I took the over. I guess I should have done a little weather check. I didn't know it was going to be the water bowl because that would have been a instant underplay, obviously. You know, Brandon Silvers did not look that bad for coming in as the third string. He hasn't been there all that long. Averaged 13.1 yards per throw, which in the UFL especially, that's pretty impressive coming off the bench doing that. He went 6 for 8, 105, but really the Battlehawks were just able to control the game on the ground. They ran it 31 times, 146 yards, and defenders couldn't get out of their own way to get the win that the league was gifting them, as you let us know. You also said that if Battlehawks were to win, they would be 18-point favorites this coming week. They are 3-point favorites in the rematch, where I assume we'll see the starters.
Well, that's because, I said if St. Louis wins, it'll be, especially if it's a 5-point game. I mean, I was expecting a big DC win, cooking the books in that direction.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, who cares? But yeah, look, the under was a smash play. I got no, I mean, can we move to the next game?
I will real quick shout out to Javion Howard, 19 for 89 and a touchdown for yet another DFS cash for me. That makes it maybe 8 out of 10. I'm not really sure of all the numbers, but DFS lineup, not peak, but Javion Howard, just an absolute beast. He got that touchdown on the first drive and a 2-point conversion, and then the rain came. He would have had an even bigger game, but still, he looks great. That St. Louis rush attack is formidable.
Yeah, and I guess I should have factored in the league would need to solidify St. Louis to win that, so it's an honest home game.
Yeah,
didn't think about that.
All right.
I will say I smashed second in the DFS contest with Perez getting 20, Howard 15, even Darby putting up a goose egg. Day had a good game in Roughnecks with 20 points. It's a good week at DFS. I have not cashed as often as CJ, but
that's what I'm saying. CJ's the wagon on the DFS this year.
8 out of 10 sounds right. I think there's 1 or 2 weeks there where it didn't seem to.
Yeah, no, I'm not making that number up. I can only remember 1 or 2 where it did not cash.
He's on it, and look, I mean, the guy was playing fucking WWE props. Of course, he's on it. And there's a lot of similarities. Game 2 was the Houston Roughnecks. This was our money line play. 19-12. We were all over this. Mike fucking Pinhead Nolan. I mean, come on. We got this thing. Easy play. And yeah, I mean, this was probably the one that cashed best for me on the whole week. Maybe in the past couple weeks. But your thoughts, Bet Detective, as the Roughbirds take down the Panthers.
Yeah, this line actually went off at 1.5, and of course we had 9.5 on to the Tuesday look ahead show, and even the pick show is still at 6.5. This number came crashing down because of Rocky Lombardi, who had a great touchdown called back.
Oh, that was brutal.
I mean, that was amazing.
I didn't see that clip on the internet, on the interwebs.
Yeah,
right.
It was a great clip because he's just. They always say deceivingly fast, and they only say that about a white guy. But yes, white guys are always deceivingly fast when they are.
I hear there's rumors on the internets.
That being said, I was a little disappointed. The reason why I did not win DFS is because I went with McClendon and Hall, and they kind of didn't bust, but not. They didn't do what they certainly didn't produce what I paid for. That's for sure. I definitely would have speak to the manager with that one. That being said, 4 turnovers by Michigan was the game. It was pretty even other than that, and good for Curtis Johnson. He's just becoming just a more mic'd up star. He's hilarious. Good for Houston for the win, but yeah, 4 turnovers to 0. That was it. Etling.
So it's been 3 weeks without Perkins, correct?
Yeah, Etling had a nice 26.4 QB rating, by the way.
Now, back to what he used to do.
Which I think is the best thing that could have happened to Michigan.
Mike Nolan's watching that being like, yeah, let's get it going,
no,
boys.
I mean, that's the best thing that could have happened for Michigan. So now there's no way you can flirt with platooning Perkins and Etling in the playoffs.
Oh, don't. No, I disagree. I think he's like, hell yeah. I think this is my type. Wasn't he the head coach of the Niners?
Yeah.
They have Tim Rattay as the head coach or as the quarterback.
Tim Rattay is quarterback.
Yeah. My boy Tim Rattay.
At least Mike Nolan would wear a suit, for crying out loud.
I know. Look, we've talked about this a lot in the office. I'm still mad at the NFL for being little bitches and get rid of the you have to wear a team jacket, a Nike team jacket. But yeah, you got at all scared about the Michigan Panthers just kind of phoning it in the past couple weeks, guys?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's what got set up because of all the venues and all that situation. We've talked enough about that.
Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself.
But yeah, obviously, I mean, I can't remember the last time I've seen Perkins on the field. It's been so long, so it's not. You can't just assume he's just going to hit the ground running in there.
Yeah, I know Sean's asking if Perkins will be back for the playoffs. I'm going to go ahead and create this rumor. I don't think so. I think Mike Nolan's like, your son, you're too good. You're too good to be in this league.
Speaking of Mike Nolan, your backup quarterback is Danny Etling when Perkins is in, right? You would think you want him to be healthy. In a game that doesn't matter, you're losing. Right. Why do you pull Rocky Lombardi out and put Etling in? That made zero sense to me. I don't understand it at all. Why risk that? Yeah. What was the point?
Has Mike Nolan ever made sense to you?
I know.
In this league, that is.
But still, what's the point? How do you even try to make sense of that?
Yeah, he shows himself more and more in different ways of being bad each week, and I'm like, it's just confusing. And
he's lucky Curtis Johnson's in this league.
Hey, Curtis Johnson is 5-5. You be careful.
We were all over that. And look, Curtis Johnson, I saw people tweeting saying, I hope he's back next year. Guess they really want this league to fold. I mean, what do you make of these Roughnecks? Probably the second best team in the league, right?
I mean, yeah, right. They're hot. They're your Arlington, if you will.
Yeah. These Roughnecks, they're excited. I know. I like you sent me this video. Was that Brandon Silver shitting on the fact they're not the Gamblers?
Yeah,
right?
That was good.
Yeah, go check that out on the interwebs. But no, I mean, I have a little bit of concern with Michigan because you sit out three games and Bryce Perkins, you just automatically going to come in. I think that's a thing, that really works to Birmingham's favor is the fact it's like if Michigan played Birmingham and Mago was starting to a certain extent. I know he's been out longer, but still 3 weeks is a fucking long time. So good. All right, let's cook my future up. We had games on Sunday, but before we get to those Sunday games, I want to let you know that the UFL Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Edge Boost, the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. There's no usage fees, no minimums, no credit checks. You can earn cashback rewards, 100% approval rating for all betting deposits. Sign up today, edgeboost.bet with the promo code SGPN. And get this, if you sign up this week, you can get a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs to claim your free shirt. I know it doesn't apply to Blandino because he was never a ref, but we're working on that. We're going to get a Blandino as a terrorist t-shirt in there next time. But yeah, get on over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs to claim your free shirt today. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. J-Mark's been tweeting out all these underdog fantasy plays for the UFL. Got to check it out. They've been doing that with CFL on deck. They got NBA, NHL, and look, they're going long for the NBA Finals with their extender bonus. Hop in game one, and the longer series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. So sign up, and when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Naira Bets. Yes, bet the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga with Naira Bets. Sign up today using the promo code SGPN25 and get a $25 free bet plus a $200 deposit match bonus. Whether you're a seasoned bettor or just getting started, Naira Bets makes it easy to jump in on the action, but you're going to want to jump in now because this exclusive offer is just for the Belmont Stakes, so don't wait. Join now and claim your free $25 Belmont bet today. Naira Bets. That's nyrabets.com/SGPN25. All right, we are back on the UFL Gambling Podcast where crossroads you collide with bullshit. Sunday. What do we got here? St. Stephen in there. I get you guys understand on this, but a lot of regular folks think I'm odd, but this is okay. I love this time of year as we approach the UFL playoffs and CFL season is upon the doorstep. Hey, there you go, man. Happiness is your own virtue. And look, at least we got some meaning, some great games coming.
But you're right. It's a lot. Beginning the CFL, UFL playoffs. get the full car wash, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good time of season. All right. I mean, it's good to be alive too, right? These Arlington Renabirds were at the San Antonio Brahma Birds, and look, this was an easy fucking play. This was an easy play. Arlington's the second best team in this league. It'll be interesting to see if they make the playoffs. They won 23-6, and in my opinion, they're the second best team in this league. I was number crunching, looking at the stats for this league, and guess who's got the best defense in the league? Arlington.
Yeah, by
a good amount, by the way, by over 10 yards per game. They're really good. It's a shame that how are they on offense? Let me just double check. Oh, they're in the top 4 on offense too. Unbelievable. You should try putting the better teams in the playoffs. But Arlington destroyed San Antonio. San Antonio, should they relocate with the way the season's going, Bet Detective?
Should they relocate? You think that was the problem? I don't know what the problem. How about thoughts and prayers to Stoops, who got a leg injury and couldn't be on the sideline and coach for this game.
That's fake.
Yeah, it did seem suspicious. The day of coach announcement, injury report. I know they do that.
That's not real. That's not real.
Quarterback, but yeah, Stoops had a leg injury.
I don't even think Wade Phillips shit was real.
Right.
We saw it with Wisenhunt going to see goddamn 3 doors down in fucking Napa, right?
I will say this about this game, though. Arlington was done dirty by the league a couple times. Maybe it's payback for them gifting him the championship with Luis Perez, the King of Spring. But J Mark's guy did get the 500. It's what he did, and this was, again, back-to-back weeks. We called this was our play of the weekend. Arlington was just going to get angry and flex their muscles on these bottom-dwelling teams about how they got done dirty by the league, and they did. This was an easy, absolute center. I did warn you about the over because I'm like, I just don't think San Antonio's going to participate.
I think I took the over.
They did not. Yeah,
I think I did take the over. Here.
I did think Arlington would get 30, but they just kind of shut it down. Day Hunter, 66 total yards, a touchdown. Perez ran one in almost. Just to rub it in J Mark's face to show the wheels of the King of Spring as he got in there and vaulted ahead. That was
he's coming back next year too, J Mark. Sorry, CJ. Continue. I didn't.
No, that was basically it. Then we had to deal with Kellen Mond again, 150 yards, whatever. It is what it is. It's just it was over. Although Corbin kind of disappointed me for 10:55, but other than that, yeah, Arlington. The key to me for Arlington season was that awful Michigan game when Blandino, of course, played God and put another second on the clock and gave him a timeout.
Oh, Blandino, you're killing us up there.
I mean,
the St. Louis game too, dude.
St. Louis game was trash though. That was like 9-3. I mean, you can't do all that. Perez tried to throw that. I don't want to talk about that game.
The DC game too. The DC game in Arlington. The DC game in Arlington. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
Probably.
DC game at Arlington.
When DC,
that's the game I was talking about.
DC had a big comeback in that game, but then Perez did. Or the one in DC where he tried to do his Marino. So it goes both ways. I don't think Arlington's not head and shoulders above any of the playoff teams. I don't know what you're talking about there, but
the second best team in the league.
They're not, but they're just as good as those teams. I will say that.
No, they play defense better than the rest, and that
sometimes
there's this quote.
Sometimes they do, but not against DC. They don't. They've given up over 33 points each time.
That was a fake game. They got robbed that game.
Not a fake.
That was theater. That was fucking theater. We watched theater.
The problem was you're going against the MVP. That was the problem.
Spinal.
J Mark, your thoughts on these Renabirds taking down the Brahmas?
Yeah, if you would have told me that Luis Perez was going to have a rushing touchdown and Corbin was not, I was going to say quit smoking crack and check into rehab. But that's what happened. Quite interesting. Yeah, I mean, the Renegades defense has looked good, especially because they've played the Brahmas and the Showboats the past 2 weeks. Makes it easy to skew your defensive numbers a little bit, but I get what you're saying. They got to 500.
Oh, really? 500. And giving one team more home games than the other, the rest of the league doesn't help your numbers, huh?
not Battlehawks' fault though. DC's the one that booked the stadium.
No, I'm talking in the regular season. It was the San Antonio game.
Oh, the Brahmas game.
Yeah,
well,
they had more. One team played more home games than every team in the league.
Yeah. No, I
That's
get
not
that,
cooking the stats. That's not cooking the books. And by the way, even with that, there's still a bottom 4 offense. All right, and defensively, okay, they are in the top 4, but that sure helped. That sure helped.
And defense. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me backtrack from that. The Renegades, Mr. 500. Luis Perez, he should have learned his lesson not to fake spike it. Go for overtime. Live to beat the team. Otherwise, they might be in the playoffs. But they didn't do that. And I don't know. You think he'll be back next year for sure?
What? I mean, he probably made more money off this book than he has in his whole Spring King career. All right,
I don't understand this whole corner. This might be the last time we'll see him. Not if he can help it. If they're going to pay, where's he go? He doesn't. He's going. All right, we'll just put a feather in the cap for 5-5 UFL season. No, he needs the paycheck. All right. He can't be and like I said, he's got a book. He's got to push. They even said there's no way he's going anywhere. He'll be back.
But will Arlington want him back? I'm kind of curious on that. I think I'd try to bring in some younger blood. Again, somebody that can move around better, because a dual threat does excel better in this type of a league when you don't get a big training camp and a lot of practice in.
Yeah, I'm going to make a prediction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bob Stoops is not back.
Okay.
What did he say about the rules 2 weeks ago? These fucking rules. What are these fucking rules? Right? And then he doesn't. He no-shows the final game. This is perfect. He's out the door, man. He's out the door. They're gonna have Chuck Long back there calling the plays next year. You'll be happy, J Mark. Is he back? What do you think Stoops is back next year?
Are you asking me? I have no idea. I do agree that he seems to be losing some of that drive to coach this, especially when they keep finishing at 500 or thereabouts. So
I think Perez and Chuck Long could have a nice connection. I think Stoops is holding them back. Let's get the Prince of Piggly Wiggly out there.
All right. Well, the Sunday night cap,
buddy.
Crumb creep. Saturday or Sunday night. I don't know when the hell these games were.
You're a crumb creep. I want to fight you. But you don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum. Put that on camera.
I love how there's like a lawnmower.
Yeah, a little lawnmower, front yard.
Zero turn. Getting going.
Probably in a wife beater, North Philly.
I made the mistake. This is the only one I'll apologize for this past weekend.
You should apologize, for crying out loud.
Skip Holtz, he's a winner at heart. He's a winner at everything he does in life. My bad, Skip. I faded you. But one thing got confirmed to me when I was not watching this game. I was getting score updates. Don't ask me why. The next time Patty C decides to text me, he might have been a few Molsons deep, but
you don't have Birmingham notifications set up on your phone.
I don't think it lets you in this league, but the Stallions. I was getting many texts informing me that they're the best team in the league, and I go, yeah, I know this. 46-9. That doesn't happen in leagues like this. Besides week 1, right? Didn't the Battlebirds take down Curtis Johnson? Similar fashion, but what the hell happened here, guys? And why is our future looking good?
Well, Memphis is trash. We already know they were the worst damn team. That's why you guys were crazy taking the 6.5. I'm like, I don't care who Birmingham puts in there. They're gonna roll through this team. And Skip Holtz loves, foot on the gas. Dresser Wynn and Troy Williams Troy Williams threw for 14 yards. Dresser Wynn 332 quarterback rating. Ricky Person, nice game, 2 touchdowns, 42 yards. Roundtree even got in there. Smith. And we did talk about it. Like Smith needs the reps, so they weren't even going to pull him. So they got him in there, and he looked amazing. 116 quarterback rating. And Peasley even got in there and messed around. I mean, it was just a party. Defensive touchdowns, fake laterals, the whole thing. I was surprised because I'm like, this is exactly what we need. I needed for my Michigan play because everyone's going to be like, oh, see, Birmingham just turns it on when they want to at the right time. They're the best, just like Colby saying now, Skip's the best, just like Patty Mack is texting, oh, God, we're back. Patty Mack's back. So I'm like, good. Maybe we'll get this line up to 4.5 or whatever. And no, it's still one pick. So I was disappointed in that Vegas knows what I know, that this is a bullshit result against the worst team in France who is ready to shut down shop and get the season over with.
I got to correct you real quick because you said you thought you guys were crazy for the 6.5. I was
I'm
on the
talking
Stallions.
Sorry, I'm talking about Patty Mack and and Dundee now. You're right. We were both on Birmingham, correct?
Yeah, and you were spot on. You're spot on with Holtz playing the starters. I did not expect that I guess I didn't expect him to play that long, but I did say that I thought the Stallions backups were better than the Showboat starters, right?
Yeah.
And
they were.
And so, and they absolutely were. Disappointing end for the Showboats, I guess you could say that. I mean, it's not like they had a ton of fans either way, so maybe nobody's really disappointed, but I do think this will be the last Memphis Showboats game in the USFL.
UFL.
I know. I'm reading your slide there in the USFL.
One can dream.
We didn't talk about the league gossip up top. J Mark, can you give us a report on that? Has the XFL highlights all been scrubbed from the internet with bleach, like Hillary Clinton's emails? That was a rumor going around. You can't even look at them, and it's only UFL. What's going on there?
I guess I haven't even seen that. It's been a busy day catching back up at work, so I missed that one.
Even the database of everything XFL, the UFL will put their thumb down and scrub it. Who knows? A lot of rumors about the futures of these leagues, I'm just saying.
Maybe that's part of wiping the rock clean.
Where are you reading this?
Wiping the rock clean. I have different dark webs of where I get my UFL information there. So,
there's rumors on the internet. Come on.
There is rumors on the internet.
I'm searching now. I want to know about this, third shooter.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not.
That's not the answer.
I don't see anything. What the hell are you talking about over here? I'm looking at XFL highlights right now. The hell is this guy talking about? I like this, creating conspiracies.
It was thrown back on there. There was a lot of buzz. I'll just say that.
The Vegas Vipers were XFL, right? Yeah, they were. I'm watching a highlight right now. The hell is this guy
they're the
talking
team
about?
that traded Luis Perez to the Arlington Renegades for a third-string linebacker who had like one assisted tackle.
They wanted free McClendon up.
And they played at Cashman Stadium, which was, in my opinion, one of the better stadiums in the fucking league.
That time they had Brett Hundley, who everybody's like, don't say he's a bad quarterback, even though I did. And
yeah. Did anyone get Jake Bates bobblehead? The chat is asking. No one came forward. Someone did tag me saying they found it on eBay and they said I was going to order you this, but it's $70 and he's waiting for the market to adjust down to $4 or whatever it was.
Now there were reports that there were 14,000 fans at that Michigan game.
That's a lie.
Come on, what? There's a lot of big numbers week 10 apparently. Because it's your last Jake. I mean, I get the bobblehead brought him in.
I'm seeing that price on the bobblehead on eBay is not a lie. 85, 80, 70, 80, 100, 500.
What's hilarious though is at least they're not as ridiculous as the UFL team store. So there's still some value there before they go to the team store. All right, look, we're going to get to our power rankings, but before we do that, I want to let the good folks know that the UFL Gambling Podcast, where Crossroads meet bullshit, is brought to you by Circa and their ultimate fantasy football giveaway. Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas is giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience for a 12-person league to draft in Vegas and be treated like VIPs for their entire stay. You'll get a limo ride from the airport, a $5,000 tab for Stadium Swim, and a hotel to stay in for you and your 12 league mates there. So You can always get 15% off at the Circa properties with our promo code SGP15. So use it. Enter the Ultimate Fantasy Football Contest for free, by the way, at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. That's CIRCA. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Yes, you've heard us talk about Rhythm before, and they just dropped a game-changing feature called Power Trends. These are AI detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a high ROI. Think a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and the win probability hit a certain range. Unbelievable stuff there. Download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, start betting smarter. You know we will be. And also get your free 7-day trial period. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And last but not least, we're brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, including the NBA Finals. Look, for the true degens out there too, the MyBookie money bag is a bundle of fun. MyBookie also accepts customers from a ton of locations, even outside of the States. It's easy to deposit, lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to MyBookie.ag and use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. And terms and conditions do apply. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back where the crossroads meet the bullshit, and it is time to do some power rankings. You guys didn't want to talk anymore about any of these other results, right?
No. Glad it's over.
Yeah. Glad we have games where.
But there was money to be made, and we all did hit our picks and totals. We were very good in DFS. So when people complain about, they're meaningless games, the game's only meaningless if you make it meaningless. Become an investor.
There we go. He'll be in Vegas for UFL action this weekend.
That's right.
So guys,
although they're both on Sunday, right? Are both games on Sunday coming up?
Are they?
I'll be gone before then. I think they are. I think it's Sunday.
I'm checking right now.
Sunday at 2 Central and then 5 Central. Yeah, both Sunday.
Prime. Ooh, they're trying to take over that Sunday. Why not?
ABC
Just got the NBA
and
Finals.
Fox.
What else?
That's great because CFL is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So don't have to pick, Colby.
Wait, when's the Stanley Cup?
Stanley Cup is on Wednesday and then probably Saturday, but the NBA Finals will be on Sunday for sure.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good for me. All right, guys, Team 8. Now this is kind of tricky because both 7 and 8 look so horrible, but I think Memphis solidified it.
Yeah.
When Troy Williams threw for the 14 yards.
I mean, he's only 3 for 4. It's not like he played the whole game. But Dresser Wynn played, for crying out loud. They put him in like sporadically.
Still, 3 for 4 and 14 yards is challenging.
Yeah.
Because if you complete 3 passes, you would assume you would get more than 14 yards.
Although he did throw for 36 in a victory at San Antonio the one night for a full game.
I was on him that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take Memphis at 8, I guess.
Of course, yeah, Memphis 8. Nothing to even think about. They just lost 46-9 to backups.
J Mark, where are you at number 8?
I mean, you're right. It's really
mostly starters, mostly.
Yeah. You're right. It's kind of the Memphis Brahmas or the San Antonio Showboats should be number 8, both of them. But I do have the Boats as my 8th team.
It's the Toledo uniforms, I think. You know what I mean?
It's everything. It's so much more than that.
Ken Wisenhunt even that's the best part about this league is like half the coaches mid-season be like, you know what, fuck this. Got some drywall I got to do. 7 is the Brahmas. I think we all agree that 7 is the Brahmas, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, now's where it gets very, very dicey here. At number 6, I have.
I would have guessed Battlehawks.
I mean,
they're not very good. They're not very good, but
Right.
I mean, I can tell you this: Battlebirds aren't anywhere near the top 3.
I know that. I wouldn't be shocked if you had them at 6 right now.
I think I have to. Right? What's the?
What other teams? Put it on the Reddit board too. Put it on Reddit too. I would love to see that UFL Reddit come after.
Wait. Who am I forgetting about right now? Oh,
6 right now, going into the playoffs.
No, I'll take the Roughnecks. Then we'll talk about your Birds. Yeah. Forgot about the Roughnecks for a second.
Mine hasn't changed. Yeah, my rankings really haven't changed much. It's Houston 6. It is funny if you look at it macro style that they've beat back-to-back DC and Michigan on back-to-back weeks, although granted those two teams were trying to stay healthy for the playoffs. But like we said, Houston's playing better. Maybe who knows what would happen if they didn't have that complete meltdown versus Birmingham. But that's what they do. They still get in their way, and Curtis Johnson is still Curtis Johnson. So they are still 6, but you know what? We're all proud of the way they ended their season. Shout out to Coach who keeps that organization alive with the season tickets.
Yeah. J-Mark, who do you got at 6?
Yeah, I got the Roughnecks too. I mean, it is kind of fun seeing Curtis Johnson succeed. I can't lie. So I was happy to see them.
Love him.
Yeah, get to 5-5. I think I said it a couple of weeks ago. We all talked about it. I think he should be the face of the league. I mean, why not? I know he's a coach, but he's a likable guy. I mean, when you just listen to him, it makes you realize that you can do anything. Like anybody can succeed, right? I mean,
and his blunders, and his blunders, and the quotes like, "How did you do that?" Like, "What's not on me?" They said 87, no, 62. Oh, okay, that is what the UFL is. Like everything about him is the UFL.
Yeah,
I love him. I can't get enough of Curtis Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I kind of do hope he's back next year. To CJ's point, at number 5, this is where I do have the Battlebirds. The league is doing everything to make you look good. I don't believe you're better than DC. I think DC has a better roster. Battlebirds, stay at number 5 for me. Bet Detective.
Yeah, no, Arlington is 5. It hasn't budged. They're playing very good ball. But you also just beat San Antonio, Memphis. Congratulations. They're not better than any of the 4 playoff teams.
Bullshit. J-Mark.
100% agree with CJ. He is right here. They aren't better than any of the playoff teams, so I got the Renegades as well. Steve from New Hampshire checking in saying, Dundee, if the Battlebirds do happen to win the UFL championship game this year, will you still feel they're a horrible team? I know you're going to say yes because the league gifted it to them. But
it's tainted. The whole season's tainted pretty much. The whole season, when you play the point of watching sport is for you to play fair, 11 on 11, not 12 on 11. They're playing 12 on 11. The league is letting them play 12 on 11, essentially. It's very stupid. It's why, if you can hear, my morale might be down this season on the whole fucking league. So, yes. And, it's ridiculous.
Is there anything better than the UFL? Oh, that was so good.
You do have the perfect position, Colby, where you're like, St. Louis is terrible. They're not a good team. They're getting gifted. And if they win, it's corrupt by the league. It's bullshit. So you are in a win-win. So I admire you for that.
It is corrupt. They play more fucking home games than every team.
Just
one.
I'm
just saying I admire you.
I mean, and the championship is there. Even more ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I will agree with that.
The championship is also in Winnipeg for the Blue Bombers in the CFL.
But it moves every year. Last year was St. Louis. You're trying to be honest.
I think it's a ticket sale thing, but
it's a ridiculous league. So no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Battlebird fans. I just think the whole season is really kind of tainted. But yeah, I'm trying to sell this league at number 4. We're on 4, right? 4, yeah. Will be to me it's DC. Yeah. I think DC, and that's the good argument to me is DC St. Louis, because once Greg Williams left, I do believe that DC's defense is not nearly as good. Has Greg stayed, I think they'd be much better than St. Louis. But I actually think it's a debate. So yeah, I got them at number 4. Bet Detective, who do you got at 4?
Yeah, the odds say DC. I don't. I have DC ranked higher than I have all year than anyone, really. I think they're a team on a mission. I know they, it's hard to base recent results because they've, it's been established for the last 3 weeks. The records were set, so they kind of have everything close to the chest. So I think when Tamu's in there, I mean, like I said, these 4 teams you can kind of throw a blanket over. I think they're very equal. I'll go with St. Louis at 4, I guess, even though they do have the best record. I will say they are improving each week, and their rush game is real. Their defense is getting better. I just think we'll see, obviously, the playoffs games, they will have that home field advantage, but I don't trust Dugan as a passer as much as I trust Tamu as a passer, the MVP. I like that DC. So
that's why I think DC is a little bit better, personally. It's like I trust the DC offense, but J. Mark, who do you got at 4?
Yeah, I got the Panthers. I am also concerned with the fact that Perkins hasn't played for 3 weeks. I think he's going to have some rust coming back in there, and I think they're going to be a little bit slow. So out of the playoff teams, I have them ranked 4th. I had them 2nd last week, and I'm just getting more and more concerned with the coaching decisions. I mean, throwing Etling in there when he's supposed to be your backup or at sometimes co-starter. Throwing him in there in a meaningless game when you're losing, it just didn't make any sense to me. So yeah, they're number 4 for me.
St. Stephen Productions. Yeah, but no other city probably wants to host the UFL championship. You're saying, what are you talking about though, dude? Like, I mean, the USFL did it in Canton. And also we looked this up for $1,100. You can rent Incarnate Words Field in San Antonio. You can move the $1,100. I know that's tough for the Rock. Right. But I mean, have you been to Texas? I mean, if there's a great stadium every fucking 400 yards in Texas where fans actually care. There's a reason why like the FCS and D2 and D3 championships are there. People actually love football in this state called Texas. That would be very logical in my opinion. At number 3, would be for me. It is the Michigan Panthers to me. I think I have some concerns, like J. Mark says, but I do believe they have the best offensive line in this league. So I can't rank them any further back than 3. Now, if Etling does start, then they deserve to be 6th. But because honestly, they do. The drop off is that big. So yeah. That's what I'll go for. Bet Detective, who do you got at 3?
I got Birmingham just because I'm not changing any of my rankings based on results that are coming, especially in the last couple of weeks, and especially when they played Michigan 2 weeks ago, and they're all sucking each other off for beating Danny Etling, and at the last second, they'd say, "Yeah, we had hope." As the Wolf said in Pulp Fiction, let's not start sucking each other's D's just yet, boys. I mean, we got work to do here. So I got Birmingham.
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Great segment there. J. Mark, how about you?
Yeah, I have DC here. The concerns with the defense that I have for them, I know their offense is really good, but the concerns carrying into the playoffs, I have to put them at 3 for myself. So I think, I don't want to tip my hand. I don't think they can win this game. And so, yeah, I got them at 3.
Yeah. Okay. 2, I have the Arlington Renegades.
I forgot you haven't ranked them yet. It's so funny.
They're the best team in the league. I know you guys are laughing, but I really feel this way. The
same record as the Roughnecks.
Yeah.
The records in this league are always phony. All right. This is the second best team in the league. They have the number 1 defense in the league. They have a top 4 offense. You can't say that about fucking half the other teams you mentioned here. All right. In your top half. All right. So stick it up your fucking ass. All right. With you guys. All right. You guys in cahoots, fucking little brothers over here.
No, I blame myself for turning the show.
I've been watching fucking football my whole goddamn life. This Arlington team is good. even though I haven't watched the past 2 weeks. I really believe they're the second best team in this league right now. So get them in there. It's not too late. You already cooked the book so much. Who gives a fuck? Just wheel them out there this Sunday. No one will know the difference. Bet Detective. What are you doing here too?
Real quickly, I feel like I've turned the show with my last segment. Now the language is getting it's getting aggressive.
Once again, we apologize for CJ's language.
I'll just say that. But at the same time, I forgot even what I have in these rankings too. I guess I have DC at 2. It doesn't matter because it's all going to be settled out in the last 4 on inappropriate venues. But I have DC at number 2. At least they're putting people on the field out there. I'm not as concerned about their defense. I think their defense is just as leaky as anyone else's. I don't think there's a dominant defense out there. I think they shored up some stuff. And they kind of remind me of the San Antonio last year, or Phillips last year. They got out with that D line. They obviously you can run on them, but they have a great pass rush. They have a lot of pass rushers, so they can create ball turnovers. And they have 5-6 receivers that are all go out there at any time that Tamu can throw to anyone. He's the MVP. They have a vertical game. I'm excited for my future. Although it's weird, you can get a better price now at DC as a future into playoffs than I think I got mid-season.
We stay sharp here, folks. We stay fucking sharp.
That's not a good sign. So anyone who woke up today can get a better number than me who played DC in the earlier year.
It's because they're playing the favorites. Battlehawks currently the favorites to win the ship.
That is true. They didn't know there was a soccer game. I didn't know a soccer game was booked at their home stadium when I placed my DC future. I thought all roads ran through the beer snake. They do not.
I don't even think there is a soccer game. I think they're just cooking the books. That's another fake game. There's a lot of fake games in this fucking league. All right. J Mark, who do you got at 2?
Yeah, number 2 last week. I had them at number 1. I dropped them down a little bit because I am concerned with how Duggan can move the ball. But I got the Battlehawks number 2. It could go. This last game could go one of 2 ways. I mean, you can look at it and say, hey, our backups beat their backups, so our starters should be able to. But you could also get that overconfidence of, we beat them with our backups. This will be no problem. And you can't overlook DC, right? Especially with Tamu, the way he's slung the ball all year. So, but I do have the Battlehawks at number 2. I love their run game. I love their offensive line. And their defense has played really well all year, even through Wilkins getting injured, Duggan coming in and not throwing the ball and moving it effectively. They've kept right with it and won games. I mean, call it rigged or whatever you want. They've been able to run the ball more effectively than almost all these teams, and their defense has played stout. So, yeah, I got them at number 2.
There we go there. Yeah, by the way, and it's not only St. Louis. The phony teams, if you're looking at the offensive defensive rankings, the Michigan Panthers do qualify. And the DC Defenders have their defenses. What happened to Michigan's defense? It used to be good. Injuries, right?
They've had injuries. They've had severe injuries for sure.
Yeah, losing Gindo was huge. I mean, he was kind of the quarterback of the defense. You hear that term. I mean, he was the heart of that defense, and losing him to make adjustments and everything, that was huge.
I just want to let you know that your precious Michigan Panthers are 40 yards behind Arlington in defensive yards per game. I mean, that's a gigantic number. That's a fucking gigantic number.
Now, also to point out, Michigan hasn't played a game that matters in a month. Arlington has flexed their muscles and had the best
none of Arlington
season.
games. No, none of the games have mattered this year because all their wins they got taken from them.
They got Arlington 500.
Right. The most important games of the year were the last 2 weeks for Perez to get to 500, and that's why they stepped on the gas pedal.
So all the stats are phony. Yeah. All the stats are phony. They are phony.
I like the ones
phony.
Yeah, I like
you
that.
Can't take nothing from this league.
It is funny what you pick and choose to believe in the league. Yardage, you believe in a true authentic rankings or offensive defensive ranking. Everything else is bullshit.
No, I mean I'm citing that. I don't necessarily believe in it because you're right. The past 2 weeks have been completely useless. One team has also played more home games than every other fucking team in the league. So I mean, you have these who knows what the fuck is what? I mean, who knows? If you're wondering why it's been tough to tune in over the past 2 weeks. Number 1 team is the Birmingham Stallions. I'm curious to see if the league cooks the books against them.
How would they do that?
Well, because championship games in St. Louis. Again.
Well, the championship games. How about this?
Again.
They keep gifting them the 5 best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah. But you got to put them number 1. They're the defending 3-time champs. It's like it's like saying that Ewing's finally going to take down Jordan. Although those might have been fixed too. What are you doing here about Detective at 1? Who's your 1?
So you have Birmingham at 1, huh?
That's not the answer.
Yeah, we already established that. No, I have Michigan at 1. Like I said, I'm not. I mean, these are all. I'm not going to go to the battle with these rankings because obviously the games will happen. I am concerned. Obviously, the defense got worse with injuries. Perkins hasn't played in a long time, but I really think he had a little minor ankle injury. They said rest it, and then once it became understood that these games did not matter, like, well, why would we rush him back for an ankle injury?
But the problem is 3 weeks without playing in general. I mean, I think that is something. There is a rhythm to this.
Yeah, well, see if he can get back.
He's the best player in the league. Don't get me wrong. I've been saying it for years.
See if we can get back into that UFL rhythm this week. We'll find out. It'll be a huge game. But yeah, he is the best player in the league. He just made all UFL, and even though he only played 4 or 5 games, for crying out loud, that's how good he is. When you watch the eyeball test, he's clearly like, oh, this guy's the best guy on the field every time he's on there. So, yeah, give me. I'll take Michigan number 1. But like I said, this will be found out this week.
J Mark, who do you got at number 1?
Hesitant to do this because Colby's going to like it too much, but the Birmingham Stallions, I know I shout out them all year. However, at the beginning of the season, I said there's no point putting your money on anybody else. Take your futures with the Stallions to win. They're 4th, and I think it's got a good chance of happening. I think they win this next week, and then they're going to face off against the Battlebirds, and I think they're a better team than the Battlehawks. So. And the UFL already promoting that on their social media. I don't know if you saw that. They said that the Stallions already got their 3-peat. Can they make it 4? And they're building that storyline up. So, the UFL's already leaning into this, and they're going to cook the books for the Stallions, Colby.
He's what is called a born loser, a real Munson.
Buddy, we don't want your fucking number 1 power ranking now, all right? Get the fuck out of here with this, all right?
Well, you're getting it.
It ain't gonna work, buddy.
And what wouldn't surprise me with this league? But this league wouldn't surprise me one bit if they cook it for the Stallions too this year. Who knows? I don't trust it. When they merged, because even before they had merged, the XFL was doing those phony ass trades with Luis Perez, right? I just, trust nothing. Trust nothing. We'll be back on, Thursday. Trust that we'll get the episode out. And we're counting on you to listen to this. So tell a friend. I promise I don't hate the league as much as I gave it off to be, sort of. But J Mark is on Twitter at JMarkFootball. Check out the Old Fashioned Football Podcast. What are you guys tackling this week? Can you still tackle over there?
You can still tackle over there. Yeah, we're going to be breaking down who the week 1 quarterback's going to be. Now, we're not going to go through all of them. We're going through these ones that we really don't fucking know. There's about 5 teams that it's kind of up in the air. And also talking about, even if that's quarterback week 1, who's going to be the quarterback for the most weeks. And we're doing Top Shelf June, so we're reviewing all our top shelf whiskeys that we have.
Woo! There we go. Get on over there, Bet Detective. He is going out to Vegas. If you're in Vegas, come by, watch a Battlebirds game with him. Yeah. And look, check out the Bottom Line Bombs. What'd you guys tackle this week over there?
Well, obviously we have the NBA NHL, and my $20 into 20 million campaign continues. We cash our OKC bet, and that's why I am driving to Vegas to place my next one, the next step to 20 million for the Stanley Cup and the NBA Finals. The answer will come to me on the road. Then I'll make the bet, and then I'll just say this: Not a lot of Edmonton Oiler hats in the Los Angeles area. A lot of they don't fit the right gang colors apparently. But anyway, we'll find out. We're going to Las Vegas, and I will do the UFL Pick Show Thursday from the room on Vegas. That I need an itinerary so I don't go off the hinges too much there. So I am personally looking forward to the UFL Pick Show come Thursday, just so it can keep me in check.
Yeah, and St. Stephen's wondering about the CFL show, which Bet Detective also placing a CFL future.
Yes.
Let's go. J Mark, when are we doing this thing tomorrow? Let's just talk about it on air while Bet Detective's here. Let's keep this fucking guy sitting here.
Sure. I can unplug.
You tell me. I'm good tomorrow.
I'm a guest on a UFL show, believe it or not. At 7 Eastern. So let's say,
are you going to bring all the hate to that show, or are you going to be positive?
It's not hate. This is what you deserve. All right. It's called cause and effect. All right. But yeah, how about you available like 1 Eastern, 2 Eastern? What do you think?
Yeah, 1 Eastern works.
1 Eastern, 1 p.m., not a.m. Eastern. We're talking Canadian football week 1.
A peek behind the curtain of how the magic is made for the CFL show for all the listeners. What an experience!
Small world when you've got unbelievable tits,
right? And get ready for the huge tits parlay that'll be going out there. I'm also breaking down 136 teams in college football. Check out the college football experience, the FCS college football experience. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. Till next time, this is the UFL Gambling Podcast, where the crossroads meet the bullshit. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.